What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Black Faces Creative Spaces. It's your girl Patrick, and in today's episode we are going to be discussing Willi Smith. Willi Smith is a black designer who was a really prominent designer back in the 80s and the 70s. But before we get into it, we are going to go in with our quote. So let's go.
This week's quote is, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress." Frederick Douglass.
Willi Smith was a designer who was known for inventing streetwear and bringing it to the runway. His label, Willi Wear, was grossing $25 million annually in more than 500 stores before his death in 1987. He infused relaxed sportswear with remarkable tailoring. Willi attended Parsons School of Design. He studied drawing at Mastbaum Technical School and later fashion illustration. So Willi's grandmother was a housekeeper, and one of her clients actually helps Willi get an internship with the couture designer Arnold Scacey. I think I'm saying his name right, may not be, but we just gonna roll with it. So while attending Parsons, he ended up dropping out and freelancing. He got his first break as a designer for a brand called Digits Sportswear. In 1976, along with his friend Lori Mallet, he ended up founding Willi Wear, which infused relaxed sportswear with this remarkable tailoring. One major collection was his 1983 winter collection called Street Couture. That same year, Willi became the youngest winner of America's Fashion Critic Awards for women's fashion. He was a part of a wave of young Black American designers, including Jax Jackson, Stephen Burrows, Patrick Kelly, and Alvin Bell, just to name a few. Kim Hastreiter, who is a fashion editor and who was a close friend of Smith, says that Willi was a huge hero to African American women. His work represented dreams for the future of the African American community. One of his quotes includes, "I don't design clothes for the queen, but for the people who wave at her as she goes by." He has collaborated with artists including Nam June Paik, Dan Friedman, and also Keith Haring. And he was one of the earlier designers who was into collaborating with other artists outside of just clothes. He even made gowns for Homecoming Court for Spike Lee's School Days comedy drama, and he was the first designer to house women's wear and menswear under the same brand. And after some time later on in his life, Willi actually contracted AIDS and later died from pneumonia and a bacterial infection which he caught while traveling in India at the age of 39. India was like one of the spots that he sourced a lot of his fabrics for his pieces. Designers such as Issey Miyake may have been inspired with his plantation line because Smith had already created these loose silhouettes and cotton garments. During his time, Willi was considered one of the most successful young Black fashion designers in America, which is insane because I feel like I had never heard of him before until reading some articles. There's actually a book about Willi that I will leave down below so you guys can check it out if you want to learn a little bit more about him and his designs. I mean, his designs are so amazing, and just the campaign ads and just the way that the tailoring is done and how the pieces are made and the stories behind it, it just shows that as a designer you can cater to everyone. You can give back to your community while at the same time being able to express yourself and create the things that you really love to create, which is art essentially, because design is art.
The first brand that I'm going to feature in this week's Buy Black episode is the K-Label. The K-Label is an exclusive premium women's wear brand that breaks boundaries while maintaining a great sense of style, sophistication, and simplicity. The founder of this brand is Carice Layla. She is a UK designer. I am really obsessed with her pieces. I've had one set from her and the materials and the fabric is very good quality. So I would definitely make sure to check out the K-Label if you guys haven't already. This next brand, which I'm not too sure how to pronounce the name, but I think it's Des. Des is a brand created by the founder whose name is Des. The silhouettes that he comes up with and the creations are so insane. He just really plays around with creating these illusions with clothes. I think that you guys will really enjoy this brand. The price points are pretty high, I would say around from $200 to $400. So make sure to save up your coins if you want to purchase. The last brand that I want to feature this week is Free to Roam. Free to Roam was created by Julian Hall. They are known for these bondage pants. These are the only things they're selling right now on their website. The price point is $200. They include a 3-leg pocket, button fly, and leather bondage straps with metal rings going down the leg. So I think that you guys would really enjoy these pants. I think they're pretty dope. You should make sure to check them out.
And that is basically the summary of Willi Smith. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to let me know down below if you've ever heard of him, because I literally just learned about him last week. So I just did some more research to kind of learn a little bit more. Just to know that he was such an influential Black designer and I've never heard of him before, it's just really crazy, because I feel like a lot of design books or just history on design don't really talk about exactly what Willi does. But you guys should make sure to check out the Fashion and Race database. I'll make sure to link their Instagram down below and also their website, because it's a website filled with history about where pieces actually originated in culture, things that are left out of books that we don't really know about or that we want to know more about. So I'll make sure to leave that resource, because it's filled with podcasts, books, films that you guys can check out as well if you want to learn more about diversity in fashion and how cultures have really shaped fashion to what it is today. So I'll make sure to leave that down below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.